Hello everyone, welcome on back to Riverbend Springs. Alright, so we don't have a terrible amount to do, really. We do have a barley field to do, as well as that field over there to get replanted. Ideally, we'd get that field replanted this month as well. We're still a little bit off from the... Just gonna get this filled up with canola. We're gonna be selling canola and sorghum right away. We're a little bit off from this being done with this stage. It's just going through the prefab walls right now. I know it shows there's 0 liters of planks in storage. There's probably like half a liter. I had to add 1 liter, otherwise it wasn't going to complete it. Like I've brought up numerous times, for some reason it doesn't quite give you 1,000 liters sometimes, so... Hopefully that's all of it. It looks like it might be, but it's hard to say. Maybe there's still another stage or 2 to go. Alright, so canola, is that pretty good price? Well, it doesn't show in here anymore. Canola and sorghum are both at a pretty good price right now. And I'm thinking we'll probably bring it to Terminal 2? Pretty sure that's the close one, right? Yep. And let's take a look at sorghum. It might be higher next month. But we're already getting a pretty good price this month, so I'd hate to, risk it and then get a worse price later. So we'll go and take this over to get it sold. I had considered maybe putting this in the oil mill and renting that, but I kind of decided to go against that right now. Didn't quite make enough sense for me to do it, so... I think if we had more and another field coming up for harvest, I probably would have rented it, and then, we could have put the next, field in there as well. But we're going to be sitting quite well after both of these crops are sold, actually. So I think we're probably going to sell our smaller planter, the 6-meter one. I think we're going to buy a bigger one. And we'll just knock out both of our fields that we have in one shot. Likely just do soybeans or something, just knock it out, get a bunch of soybeans done. I think we'll be sitting alright for barley after this harvest. Right now we're sitting at, let's see, barley, 17,000 liters, and we'll probably get another, 20,000 or so out of that field, I would imagine. So we'll have enough for chickens for quite some time, at least. $55,000. We'll be over $600,000 here real quickly. I'm honestly not sure which planter I would lean towards. I have yet to actually check that out yet. It's probably going to be one of these two, which, that kind of tells me my answer. This actually has fertilizer. Well, I think I know my options. I was kind of hoping to use the John Deere because I've yet to use one of these big John Deere planters, and I've always used the Kenzie. It's just kind of, it's a good deal. It really is when you figure it all in. So I'll likely buy that once we get a little closer. Maybe we'll get lucky. It'll pop up in sales or something. All right, so here is the sorghum. Get this sold, we'll be over $600,000. Quite a bit of money right now, I'm not gonna lie. We could potentially look to expand land. Obviously, to expand land, that means we're gonna have to buy fields that are not directly by us. That's the only negative, because we're kind of buying up this whole section in here, and the fields left are fairly small at this point. So we might have to look to expand a little bit further up here, potentially. No, somebody suggested 23 and 25. That would make quite a big field. It's tempting. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm curious on how many more steps are left in the Grain Elevator Museum. If that's done after this step, then we'll see. We shall see. I think I'm going to start putting together the map for Survival Challenge soon. Because there's some slight modifications I'm going to probably end up making to the map. There's another map I'm going to look at prior to doing that, but there's just some slight modifications I'll probably make to it to make it how I would want it to be. Just like adding some roads. And I think I might end up adding trees. I don't quite know on that one yet, but it's just where I'm at there, and then I'm always keeping an eye out for maps, like I always am. I mean, not much has changed there. Oh, I can just bring this right over here actually to this field. I know I just got a comment as of day of recording, so it's probably a week or so ago now, about a Louisiana map that was coming out. So I'm gonna have to see if I can figure out the exact map for that he was talking about, because I might be intrigued. I do like some nice American maps. Usually they're usually a lot more open, but we'll see. I know there's a map I was going to look at that I believe is based in, I think it's a French map. France, I don't know. I'm gonna look at it, so it'd be a lot different than what we usually do, obviously. Do a lot of, I've done a lot of US maps, so it'll be a little bit different from that. But is that a bad thing, to do something a little different? Probably not. Switch it up a little bit, but I'll look into that, though. I haven't looked at it yet. Because there's another map I looked at, and the map maker must have used the custom pastures when making the pastures, because you start with like 2 cow pens, and each of them have like a max capacity of 1,000 cows, which is a lot. We would never be able to keep up with that amount. So it's like, well, I'd have to probably do some XML edits to lower that. Even though, yes, that's obviously what the game says we can handle there. It's just, that's a lot of cows. It's a lot of mouths to feed. Every video would just be us making total mixed ration for them. Be cutting grass every month and making TMR. That's every video. Like I've always, I mentioned a while ago, I'm always looking to change things up, and I am obviously looking into Survival Challenge stuff, which I think I think it's definitely gonna be possible. My biggest worry right now is probably like planters, sprayers, maybe, and harvesters. Not a lot of cheap options on ModHub. So I might end up having to look at third-party sites for those. I know I've said in the past I generally try to stay away from third-party site mods, at least for videos. Sometimes, if somebody can convert it from like 22 to 25 without the official mod developer's permission, and I just don't want to get involved in that, so I'd have to try to vet it a little bit. It's one of those things. I don't want to, leave a link to, hey, I am using this mod, go and download it, and it's not even the official developer that's doing it. Just doesn't feel right to me, personally. It's one of those things. I think if you're playing by yourself, single player game, or with a couple of friends, you do you, but obviously I'm going to be having links to this and stuff for in a YouTube video, so it's just best to not. I don't want to get anybody's bad side for that, so. This is actually yielding quite well. One trip around, 14,000 liters. That is pretty dang good. I guess, what, 20,000? I'll be a little bit off. Not in a bad way, though. Yeah, I think once this is done harvesting, we'll probably do the planting of both fields. I think we'd be able to manage to do both fields. I did get a bug report in for the whole train thing. It seemed like it fixed itself, but I figured out why it seemed like it fixed itself. If you exit out of the game and go back in, it resets it. I had this issue on... I had the same issue on Houton now, so... I was like, yeah, this is not just a random bug that appears. I could get it to reproduce every time, so... I did get it reported, so hopefully it'll get fixed. And I saw somebody else have issues with the train recently, too. So they must have updated something in the last patch that has to do with the trains, and in doing so, they also broke the trains in a sense, or... You know, there must be some system tied together, and updating the one broke the train, or messed up the train. So that stuff kind of happens, because, you know, there's a lot of things that get tied together in the game code, which then you update the one thing and it breaks something else. I'm not a coder, but I from what I've heard, that can be how it is. You're like, oh hey, I fixed this one bug. I also created 3 more in the process of doing that. So I can, understand why sometimes you get more new bugs from patches. Because you don't think it would happen, but it does. Yeah, I think we'll probably start with time-lapse for this. I don't think it'll take too long to get this finished out. Then we can start working on buying a new drill, which I think we might do soybeans for both of these fields. That might be a regretful decision. I think we'd be able to do both these harvests. Be ready, what, May, June? So it'll be a tight fit. We basically sell it off the field. Well, I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
I don't wanna fight this. Let it take me. Kinda wanna risk it. Maybe break me. Are we capable or unstable? Living on a landslide. Even when we're
Alright, so we're just about done here. I kind of doubt this is going to actually fit all into that trailer. This is quite a bit. It's a lot more than I kind of thought it would be. To be fair, I'm trying to think. I think we did a barley harvest. It was in that field over there. Well, 2 fields that were combined. I don't think we did a barley harvest in here. I think it was canola last time. But I'm not 100% sure on how much we got last time. But I have a feeling this might not fit. It looks pretty full. Sometimes the box doesn't pop up for how full it is, so I'm kind of guessing. I've noticed that after the recent update too. Just some random things that don't seem to always work as intended, really. Actually, I was gonna check. Do we have extra prefab walls? We have one extra. Okay. Technically, I think it would be more profitable if we let it be a liter short and then sold the 1,000 liters at the Grain Elevator Museum. A lot better price. A lot better price. Oh, $2,000 better. That is no small amount, that is for certain. Alright, so I'm going to have to take this through this way because we do not fit down that path, I don't think. We might, but it'll be pretty tight. This is the way I brought it through. Oh, the back end was in the air there. It's a steep drop-off. Honestly, we're going to end up buying this drill for, what, $250,000. And we're going to still be sitting very well. And I'm pretty sure, I think next month is the high price for bottled goat milk. Next highest price of it. And that's over $200,000 right now. Obviously, we'll have lettuce and stuff in a couple months, and that'll be, what, even more. That'll be 120,000 plus. Easily 120,000. Yeah, the next highest point is supposed to be January. We're looking, obviously, small farm kiosk. That's the place we want it to be highest at because we get a little bit of a price increase. I think we get it at the farmer's market, too. But I would prefer to use that if possible. Yeah, we did do a Deadwood contract. I almost forgot about that. This will likely still be fairly decent price. Yeah, $36,000. We're up to $650,000 right now. It's kind of weird how quickly things have gotten going in here. There was quite a while where we were doing contracts every month. That was our way of survival, basically. But things have definitely turned around for the better, which is it's nice to see. Nice to see. Yeah, $250,000 for this. I'm not sure what the capacity is for liquid fertilizer. So I'll probably buy a 1 and then I'll kind of see where it's at. You don't want to buy too much because then it's going to be a while until we end up using it again. We'll buy a 1. That's 2,000 liters. I would think 2,000 liters would last quite some time for us. Well, that's 70% full. I would highly doubt we use more than 2,000 liters. I might regret saying that, but I kind of doubt it. I'll switch to soybeans. I think those should line up pretty good for a high price. We're potentially looking at cotton harvest next time too. Like I said, it looks like maybe next month. Maybe next month. I'll be interesting. Get that going. It'll be the first cotton harvest I've done in 25 so far. I'm sure it's not much different from 22. It looks to be basically the same harvesters as we had before. Base game, at least. I'm sure we'll get some of the the usual stuff popping up eventually. I know there was always a harvester that I used all the time. It was a round bale cotton harvester. I used it quite often. I'm sure that'll eventually pop up too. And obviously, like I said earlier, I try not to use third-party mods, so some of that stuff might have been, or third-party site mods might have already been converted over. And I mean, I do obviously know a lot of developers don't post their stuff on ModHub, just because it can be kind of a pain sometimes to get through the QE of all of the pending mods for review. Well, I think I'll probably go ahead and start a time lapse. We should be able to get this field finished out quickly and then move on to that field as well. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
living on a landslide. Even if we're alright, riding through the unknown. Better hold tight. Over climbing this slope when it's this high. Are we capable or unstable? Living on a landslide. Even when we're alright, living on a landslide. Even if we're alright, living on a landslide.
Alright, well, I gotta be honest. I really thought we'd have enough liquid fertilizer. Yeah, I did decide just to continue on. We'll just pick up the spreader and we can just finish, this little bit in one swipe. It won't take too long. I figured, hey, we probably won't use this drill for a little bit anyways, so we can wait on buying more fertilizer. Beats stopping in the middle and going to buy 2,000 liters of liquid fertilizer, and who says how much of that we're going to use. We did use still, half of the seeds that we had? We had about 3,000 seeds, so we used about half of that, too. We used a lot more than I kind of thought we would. To be fair, I've not really planted many soybeans base game. I did a lot of them, obviously, with precision farming, and in precision farming, at least in 22, it used no fertilizer to do soybeans, so that's kind of the crop of choice. Looking forward to that coming to 25, so saw that's coming. Can't wait. I can't wait. It was one of my favorite things in 22, so nice to get it back and doing things that way. I know it's not everyone's favorite thing, but once you figure it out, it is so nice. It's tough to go back. It's tough to go back, honestly. I'm not sure if I'm going to want to do... Yeah, I probably don't want to do steering assist. So I just don't know how far this is going to spread out, or where the steering assist lines will show up. So I don't want to. I'll have to do more than I need to do. Doesn't look like too much though. One small strip after this. We'll double check, but I'm sure we'll get most of it from this. I'm glad we had a lot of solid fertilizer in here because I did not check it until I got out to this field. There we go. I would imagine this field's looking pretty good. Some of it's double fertilized. That is so weird to me. I'm not sure how it managed to get double fertilized in some spots, but it is. Especially already, but is what it is. Well, that is about everything for today. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.